everybody, Sticks here with the Token Minorities, bringing you another deck on Pokemon TCGO. And before I get into the deck, just a reminder that if you like this video or found it helpful at all, please leave a like, drop a comment, maybe subscribe. It really helps us out. And today, I know I'm double uploading, but I was too excited to wait. The new set BREAKpoint just came out yesterday, and one of the cards was a Darkrai, and I love Darkrai. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. Not my favorite, but that's Keldeo. But anyway, as soon as I saw that, I was like, I need to build the deck around this. And through some trading and a little bit of luck pulling, I was able to get a full set and be able to bring you a deck with it already. So yeah, without further ado, let's just jump right into the deck. Now, like I said, this is centered around Darkrai. I was able to pull one from the packs that they give you when you log in after all the maintenance, so that was pretty awesome. It has 2 attacks. Dark Pulse does 20 damage, plus this attack does 20 more for each darkness energy attached to all of your Pokemon, so that is really awesome. But the attack we are going to be focusing on is the Dark Head, 80 plus 80 if your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. Now, I know that there is a combination from BREAKpoint with Hypno and All Night Party to where you can heal off a little bit of damage while putting the opponent Pokemon to sleep, but I tried out a few variations of this deck, and this was the one that I liked the most. So yeah, I will just go ahead and get into the Pokemon. We are running 2 Shaman because setup, and I mean that's it. I mean, setup, draw cards, that's really what you want. Now, we are pairing Darkrai with Malamar-EX with the Hyper Hypnosis. When you attach an energy from your hand to this Pokemon, you may use this ability. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. So really, we will be attaching to Malamar in order for Darkrai to be able to use the Dark Head for a whopping 160 damage. Now, there are ways around it, but really, I mean, this is the synergy we're focusing on. And also, you're powering up the Malamar attack, which does 60 times flipping a coin for each heads that you get for each energy attached to Malamar, and does 60 times the number of heads you get, so that is really awesome. So while you are powering up Darkrai, you're also powering up a backup attacker, which is really cool. Normally, we will want to be leading off with the Baby Yveltal for the Oblivion Wing attack. Does 30, and you attach a Darkness Energy from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. So that is our method of powering up our Darkrai. That way we can attach to the Malamar. So that is why we are running Baby Yveltal. We are running a single copy of Yveltal EX just to kind of mix up the type weaknesses a little bit. If we're running up against a fighting deck, we don't want to auto-lose. So that's why I'm running an Yveltal. And you know what? Something I forgot to mention. While you are attaching Darkness Energy to Malamar, you are also powering up Dark Pulse from Darkrai. So both of these Pokemon have really excellent synergy, and that's why I decided to go with this combo. We're running a 2-2 line of Zorua and Zoroark just so we can avoid Pyroars and other stuff that it's basically a non-EX attacker that functions off of DCE. And also the stand-in is really nice, so you can avoid statuses and whatnot. We are running 1 copy of Battle Compressor to get, just some Darkness Energy in the discard pile for Oblivion Wing, and then also maybe a supporter or something like that if we need it. So I mean, really just 1. It's not that vital because usually you can discard an energy with an Ultra Ball or a Professor Sycamore or something like that. So that's why we are only running 1 copy. We are running 3 Energy Switch. That way, if you attach an energy to a Malamar to put the opposing Pokemon to sleep, you can then switch it onto the Darkrai. That way you don't just are kind of stuck in a position where you can't really hit for a lot. This way, if Darkrai has only 2 energy on it, you can slap a Darkness Energy onto Malamar, put the opposing Pokemon to sleep, and then switch the energy onto the Darkrai. 1 Escape Rope, just because, Escape Rope's kind of handy. Just gets your active Pokemon out, and also kind of forces one of theirs in. 1 Level Ball, just for Zorua. That is literally the only thing we were running Level Ball for, because it's kind of the only thing we can Level Ball, but besides that. Now, there are certain things that can counter a sleep-based deck. One of them being Sparkling Robe. So we are running 1 Startling Megaphone just to get rid of that, and just gets rid of items, so that's pretty nice. But if my opponent is running Sparkling Robe, that's when we will run the Startling Megaphone. And also the new item Fighting Fury Belt increases our opponent's HP by 40, excuse me. We can get rid of that so that our Darkhead is able to OHKO with a Muscle Band. Actually, Darkhead OHKOs all EXs if you have a Muscle Band on it, so that's pretty sick, actually. One Super Rod just in case we discard too much stuff and we want to get it back. I mean, you want to get a bunch of darkness in the discard pile, but if you find yourself running thin, then you can use the Super Rod to just throw it back in there. 4 Ultra Ball to get everything out, pretty self-explanatory. 3 VS Seeker. I mean, VS Seeker is pretty amazing. You can get back any supporter. 1 Giovanni Scheme, mostly for the extra 20 damage. Like if we don't have a Muscle Band or we're under item lock or something and we want to knock out a Seismitoad EX in one shot, we can just play a Giovanni Scheme, get an extra 20 damage, so that's really nice. 1 Lysander, just because, I mean, this deck hits hard enough to where I don't always need a Lysander, but I mean, it's a great card to have in your deck. So I decided to throw 1 in there. 3 Professor Birch's Observations, 3 Sycamore just as our draw support, 1 Skyla. I know that there was a full art Skyla printed, but I haven't been fortunate enough to pull one yet, so we're just going with the regular art version for now. That is used to get like an energy switch or like a Starling Megaphone or something like that. 3 Shadow Circle to counter like the All Night Party that just came out, and also like Steel Shelter, which prevents Steel Pokemon from being statused. So, and also it mitigates our fighting weakness a little bit, so that's pretty nice. 2 Floatstone, mostly for Zoroark, but in a pinch they can be attached to any of these just to get them out of the active spot. 3 Muscle Band. I mean, Muscle Band is great. I would run the Fighting Fury belt or whatever it's called, but I really need that 20 damage. I mean, that 10 extra damage from the Muscle Band is really needed because Darkrai will be hitting for about like 160 normally, or that's the goal. And Muscle Band bumps it up to 180, which is a magic number. So that's why we're running Muscle Band instead of the Fighting Fury belt. 3 DCE because, I mean, Darkrai functions on DCE, so does Malamar, Yveltal, blah, blah, blah. Everything functions on DCE, and it's a nice just 2 energy single attachment. And then 10 Darkness Energy because, I mean, you need energy. We need to pump energy into the discard pile and pump energy onto our Pokemon. So yeah, that is the deck, and let's just go ahead and see this in action. Alrighty, we have found one against Zenith's Wrong with a Fighting Psychic deck, so it might be a Mega Mewtwo deck. I mean, based on the coin, I would guess that it's a Mega Mewtwo X deck. And we lose the coin flip, not the biggest deal, because we will be able to Oblivion Wing first turn if we get that in the active spot, that is. So we do not. We do get a Zorua and a Yveltal, so what I am going to go ahead and do is start with the Yveltal in the active spot just as kind of a deterrent from my opponent powering up his Pokemon too much. And if we need to, we can always just, attack with it. So that's pretty nice. He starts with a Shaman, so that is actually a fantastic start for us. We don't start with a Darkrai or a baby Yveltal, so that's a little unfortunate. But we do start with something that is, pretty solid. I guess. We have a Birch, so if we can get a heads off of that, that would be phenomenal. We can even get an attachment first turn, which is amazing. We do see my opponent Battle Compressoring. He's probably just going to get rid of some energy, so this is definitely a Mega Mewtwo X deck based on the Battle Compressor. Yeah, and we have it confirmed with the Fighting and Psychic Energy, and he's just attaching to the Shaman first turn. That's weird. My opponent must not have anything at all. So what I am going to do is play an Energy onto the Yveltal, play the Zorua down, and go for a Professor Birch's Observation, see if we can get something good off of it. Oh, we get Tails. That's not the best, but we do get a Darkrai. We get to play that down, and the Shaman, so that's pretty cool. Get 4 more cards, and ooh, we even get a Malamar. So this is actually a pretty solid start. Let's just go ahead and play the Malamar down and end our turn right here. My opponent needs to get something else down, and what I can do next turn is slap a DCE onto the Yveltal, go for the Y Cyclone to get some damage on whatever my opponent sends out, and he's probably just going to go for a setup, or Sky Return, that's what I meant. Yeah, get 30 damage on my Yveltal, but now I will be able to hit it for a Y Cyclone. Let's just go ahead and play this here. Go ahead and go for a Sycamore. I hate to do that, considering what I had in my hand, but you know what, this is okay, as we do get a Float Stone, and what do I want to do? I think what I want to do is go ahead and go for an Ultra Ball to grab a... Actually, you know what, I will sit on my hand for now, I think, maybe, probably. Yes, I'm going to sit on my hand for now. see what I need to Ultra Ball for next turn. Just go for a Y Cyclone this turn, get the DCE onto the Darkrai, and you know what? I can Ultra Ball for a Zoroark next turn, and I think we're in an okay position. My opponent will be able to go for a Shout of Power this turn, depending on what he gets on the bench. We might want to Lysander something in, actually. So what I am going to do is probably... Okay, we do see the Mewtwo on the bench. He is going to go ahead and... I'm not sure what he's going to do. So this is Mewtwo Y, so this is... Okay, so it's like a Shrine of Memories Mega Mewtwo X and Y hybrid. I think I just saw a Blue Golf Ball post about this. But Shaman will get him 4 more cards, and what I can do actually is attach a Darkness Energy. Is that what I want to do? I'm really not sure what I want to do at this exact moment. I do want to power up a Darkrai, but I also want to knock out the Landorus. Oh, he's even... Wow, he's got the Full Art Skyla. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's the new Breakpoint Skyla. I mean, that's about as fan servicey as it can possibly get. So, I mean, yeah, it's kind of strange, but we work with it. Okay, we do see the Shout of Power. I'm wondering what I want to do next turn. I might Lysander in the Mewtwo just to get some damage off on it, but at the same time, I kind of want to get rid of this Landorus. So actually what I can do is I kind of want to escape rope right now to see if I can get my opponent to drag out his Mewtwo, although in likelihood, actually, I think I can get a Dark Head off this turn. So, what I am going to go ahead and do is Skyla for an energy switch. Let's go ahead and grab that. Let's play this onto the... Let's play this onto the Yveltal, maybe. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and Escape Rope, see what my opponent does. If he switches into his Mewtwo, then you know what? We actually have a knockout this turn on the Mewtwo, as he just brings in a Shaman. So what I am going to do is bring in my Darkrai right now, go for this onto the Malamar. Yes. And then I can play the Energy Switch, play this, switch this energy onto the Darkrai, go for the Ultra Ball, get rid of the Malamar and the Level Ball to grab a... If I have another Shaman, I'm going to grab that. Nope, I don't, so I'm just going to grab a Zoroark. I do get 2 prizes this turn, so that's pretty nice. Let's go ahead and play the Zoroark there, and go for the Dark Head for 160, and the knockout on the Shaman. So that is 2 prizes right there. That is pretty awesome. And, okay... So, if I can somehow get a... Let's see. I can Lysander in the Mewtwo this turn, actually. And if I can somehow get a Muscle Band, that would just be phenomenal. One of my Shamans is prized, so that is a bit unfortunate. If my opponent... Okay, so my opponent might be able to attack this turn. I'm not completely sure. But, okay, he does Mega Turbo onto it, so it will be able to attack pretty soon. So that is kind of scary. We do see the Shout of Power right to there. What I am probably going to do is... Okay, so we see the Float Stone. What I think I'm going to go ahead and do is Lysander in the Mega Mewtwo, maybe. Yes, I think. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and play this onto the Yveltal, and then let's go ahead and stand in. So I'll be able to do 140, which, I mean, if he damage changes, then that won't do anything. And then let's retreat into this, yes, and then go for the Evil Ball. That'll do 140, so he can't damage change without, I mean, not killing me. So he's going to have to Vanishing Strike, and that is actually perfect for me. So I'm in an okay position right now, I think. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what my opponent does. I mean, if he damage changes, well then guess what? I just get another free hit off on the Mewtwo. I think I can kill it almost regardless. I do see a VS Seeker probably for a Sycamore, I would guess, or a Skyla. Okay. I wonder what he's gonna Skyla for right now. I'm actually legitimately wondering. What can save him, maybe? Because, okay, so he can't Lysander out the Darkrai, so that's good news. He can Vanishing Strike, and he can also Damage Change, but like I said, Damage Change won't do enough to me. So he's going to Battle Compressor. I wonder... That's weird. Is he going to get rid of some... He's going to get rid... Oh, he's trying to get another Fighting Energy. Okay, so... Oh, he couldn't attack. I didn't realize that. I was just seeing 4 energy on the Mewtwo and was like, oh yeah, he can attack. There's no way he can't. But okay, so he will be able to second coat with his Smeargle, so that's pretty nice for him. But I will be able to knock out... Will I be able to knock it out? No, not yet, actually. This is... Whew, this is scary. This... I actually calculated a little bit wrong. I thought I would be able to knock it out next turn with just the Dark Head, but Mega Mewtwo X has 230, not 220, so this is a little bit scary, especially because I don't have a Shaman. Oh, this is great. Okay, I did get a Darkness Energy that I can play onto the Malamar, put the Mega Mewtwo to sleep, and go for the Dark Head. That was a beautiful top deck. Oh, that was gorgeous. So, knock out the Mega Mewtwo, take 2 more prizes. Let's see what we get. We get a Battle Compressor and a Shadow Circle. Could be worse, I suppose. I would have liked to see a Shaman, but, I mean, you can't win all the time. He will be able to hit us for some good damage this turn with the Shout of Power, but that's not a big deal, as I can... really depends on what I draw. I can knock out the Landorus if I want, but... I kind of want to be able to Lysander out these Shaman somehow. So if I can get a draw support, that'd be great. Unfortunately, one of my Shamans is prized, like I said, so I cannot rely on Pokemon support. But we will just see. Okay, he does grab the Hoopa, so he's probably going for another Mewtwo and a Shaman, I think? Maybe? Possibly? I'm not sure. But we will see. We will definitely see what happens. Actually, as it turns out, Malamar can do some solid work. Okay, he just grabs 2 Mewtwo. Okay, so plays both of those down. He's going to power them up with Shout of Power. That's going to do 40 damage to me, and he does Sycamore. So, oh, he has to get rid of 2 Mega Turbos. That buys us a good amount of time right there. And he just attaches from the hand. If we see Mewtwo Spirit Link, we're in a little bit of trouble, but it's not too horrible. And at this point, actually, if I get a DCE, Zoroark can knock out the Shaman. So that's a great backup attacker to have just in case. But we will see what happens. I'm not fully sure. Okay, so he does just Shout of Power onto the Mewtwo on the bench. If I can get a VS Seeker or something, that will be phenomenal. We will definitely see what I draw. We get a Zorua, so that's not exactly what we want to see. I will be able to get a knockout, so I mean that's okay at least. What I can do is get rid of the Shrine of Memories. I can thin out my deck a little bit for things that I don't want to see. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get rid of the, what else? There's another energy there. I actually kind of like the energy. So let's go ahead and get rid of an energy switch. And the Super Rod, I don't need to see that anymore. Actually, you know what? Let's get rid of the Yveltal and the Super Rod. And then we will be able to knock out this Landorus right now with a Dark... You know what? I'm just going to go for a Dark Head. Get some more damage off, and that way will be 1 prize away. Hopefully we get the Shaman. Do we get the Shaman? Yes! Okay, we're cooking with gasoline right now. And actually, I don't think... let's see. He has to have a Spirit Link and a Dimension Valley and the Mega Mewtwo in order to knock me out this turn. Otherwise, I don't think he can. He can hit for... Okay, he doesn't have the Dimension Valley. He can hit for 90, so 70. He'll be able to hit for 150. But I don't think that'll be enough. He does just... Okay, he just takes the turn to Mega Evolve. Let's go ahead and Ultra Ball away this and this to just grab something. It doesn't really matter. Let's just grab a Darkrai to play it down on our bench. If we get a Muscle Band and an Energy, it's over, I believe. Yes, we would like to draw until we have 6 cards. And we get the Muscle Band and the Energy, so this game is actually over. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and grab the Lysander. And actually, we didn't even need that, but you know what? Style points, right? Let's just go ahead and play this onto the Malamar. Yes, we would like the active Pokemon to fall asleep, and finish this off with a Darkhead. Oh, my opponent is being mean. But, oh, we don't even get to finish it off. Oh, well. But, yeah, that was actually a really perfect example of the deck. This is a very fun deck. It's awesome that I was able to get this out the day that we were really able to play with it. I mean, I finally got signed on last night after I don't know how many hours of maintenance. But eventually I was able to get a Darkrai deck out, and I was able to get it out the next day, which I was really, really excited about. I'm actually more excited that I have the deck than the fact that I was able to make a video with it. But you know what? It's an awesome deck. It's a really fun deck. Not sure how competitive it's going to be just because it requires a little bit of setup, and there are certain cards that you can use to play around it. But anyway, that is the deck, guys. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And this is Styx, signing out. Why not? See you guys.